like the word infertility. I think it limits us, and I don't want to put limitations on anybody because I think all things are possible when we believe and treat our bodies right. So, my name is Amanda. Thank you for being here. And my passion is empowering women to embrace their strength in pregnancy and childbirth. And so today, again, I'm going to talk about toxins and endocrine disruptors. So our endocrine system is essentially like our center of balance. And if our endocrine system is off, a lot of times that affects your thyroid, your hormones, your cycles. It affects almost every aspect of the functionality of your body's systems. And what that means is that it isn't functioning optimally for you to have overall health that will, in the end, affect your fertility and your ability to conceive. So what I do know now that I didn't know back then when I was trying to conceive with my oldest is that so many of the products we use today are full of chemicals and toxins that are known endocrine disruptors. And what that means is that we use them. It's our laundry soap, it's our dish soap, it's our perfumes, our body lotions, our body washes, our shampoos, all of these things, our makeup, we use these things on a daily basis, right? Many of us use all of these things, our little sprays to make the house smell right, or the plugins that make our house smell like a candy cane or a gingerbread house or whatever. Well, for me, it would probably be pumpkin spice, pumpkin pie or oatmeal raisin cookies or something like that. But the problem is that all of those things disrupt our endocrine system. And that then impedes us in conceiving when we actually want to. We're never going to hear this in mainstream media. As sad as it is, because those companies make lots of money. Those companies spend lots of money in mainstream media for their advertisement. And unfortunately, that is what runs our mainstream media today. And so you're not going to see these things shared out in public on a very high level because, well, businesses would go under, and you know what it's like. So some things to think about is that when I was trying to get pregnant my first time, there are so many things that I could have done differently had I have known better. So if you're on your journey to conception and you're looking at ways that you can increase your chances of conceiving, think about what lifestyle changes you can make that would decrease your toxin exposure, that would lower your, allow your body to detox and lower your toxic load. And what products could you change out that would reduce your home toxic exposure? A couple of things that I did along the way were, well, actually, I learned all of this after having my first. So it really has happened within the last less than 8 years. And after my daughter was born, I had that eye-opening moment of like, oh, wow, I have responsibility of this tiny little baby. What am I like? I have to make these decisions, but if I don't know, how do I make these decisions? And that was when I started doing research. I started learning things from different people who had already walked through this path, so to say. And one of the first things I learned about was our exposure to toxins in everyday life. And so we started switching things out when our oldest was just a tiny baby. And within her first year of life, we switched out almost everything. I started making my own laundry soap, and that is not hard to do, and it is not time consuming, and it is not expensive. So it saves you money. It doesn't take you very long to make it. So it's not something you can say, well, it takes too long. No, it doesn't take long at all. So that's something you could do. Laundry soap you can make yourself. You can switch to non-toxic products. There are plenty of plant-based products out there. You do want to verify. You want to look at your products. You want to research the companies where you're going to get your stuff. We personally have chosen Young Living and love the products, and I have no regrets, and I have no misgivings about using Young Living products, but I know that there are others who do. Now, there's also other companies, there's American companies that have everything as American made, and they're less toxic, or they're non-toxic, less toxic, and shipped to your door kind of things. But when you're at the store, you cannot believe all of the labels, because there's a lot of greenwashing, which means that they put the labels, they put the fancy words on there, but if you look into their ingredients, they are still not they're not toxin free, which means that they're lying to you. And so you want to know, and there is an app. I will list it in the description of this video for you. There is an app you can use that will give you scores to products. So you just scan the barcode on the products and it will give you a score, so you know personally if that is a cleaner product or not, and what the dangers are in using that. But again, you want to do what you can to reduce your toxic exposure and help your body reduce its toxic load at the same time. Your diet can help that immensely, just by reducing your intake of processed foods and processed sugars and stuff like that can help your body reduce its toxic load, because our processed food, unfortunately, has things like plastic in it. And your body can't process plastic because it wasn't created to process plastic. It was created to process food. And so eating real food, raw food, vegetables, fruits, and eating good food, like just cooking for yourself, taking that one step, and it doesn't have to be rocket science. It doesn't. I started out cooking, and I would follow recipes, and we'd end up with food for like 8 people, and there was 2 of us. And now there are 6 of us, and I'm having problems figuring out how to make bigger meals. So now I have the opposite problem. However, it isn't hard to figure out how to cook for yourself, to make things that are healthier, to make better choices that will help your body be better digesting and reducing its toxic load. And all of these things will help you in your fertility journey, in your ability to conceive. So I hope you found this helpful. I hope to see you again. If you're here watching in my group, I appreciate you so much. Speaking into you, being able to support you on your journey, it means the world to me. If you're not already in my group, you'll find more information like this, interviews with moms who have had different birth experiences. You'll find just tips and tricks that I've learned along the way and that other moms have shared. And you will just gain so much knowledge and inspiration from the other moms who have shared in my group. The group is open-minded and empowered